All right, so back to this. We are continuing on with it's been a few days, couple days, right? Yesterday I wasn't able to record. And the day before, I don't know what happened, but somehow like my recording got like corrupted. The game works fine, and I tested this, right? I just want to, verify that because I was thinking, oh, it might be the game. I don't know what happened, and I don't think it's a Zoom issue because I also did a test recording too, right? But like just part two, gone, right? Doesn't exist. I'm gonna actually title this part three just so that that's evident, which sucks because again, I really enjoy Reverie. So, in playing this game, right? So just losing an entire part, especially when, Reverie chapters have been like 3 or 4 parts long is horrible. But honestly, not a lot happened. The big thing is we got to Sweethearts, right? And we basically, honestly, it was pretty fucking short. Literally, we just met Rococo, so she's still in this, right? And now we're just the interesting thing, we're going back to where the Lost Library was because it also confirmed the existence of the Wishmaker, right? So again, that being a part of this is, and that's why, I saved here, right? Because it's like we're about to go back and, see what's up. And yeah, obviously Lost Sweetheart is part of our party. So again, I'm very curious about this, right? Hello? What? Am I stupid? It literally told us to get, you God became me. Oh, I was gonna say I'm stupid. I'm clicking so I was clicking C. C is in fucking Reborn. I'm getting my controls. Again, that's why I noticed this. So this is so interesting that they're in court because I thought they weren't gonna incorporate this in the mod. Being 100% honest, I did not think this would be a part of the mod or like a part of Reverie. I thought it was just because of the nature of it, this just wouldn't be applicable. So this is so, and again, obviously it's Sunny Sprite. Am I supposed to click Z? Hello? There we go. It is so interesting though, right? We're back in the Lost Library, and if I recall, this is pretty much, it looks a bit smaller unless I'm mistaken, but honestly, it's probably just the same layout. I did not think, I mean, to be honest, I did not think we would get to see this. And that was one of my biggest debates. Like, you can watch my video on chapter three predictions. And one of the big thing was like, is that going to be relevant? And are we going to see the Lost Library? I thought no. So seeing this is like really fucking cool. And what I will say I mean, we're just going to make our way down. Is this the first time we're actually, I think this is literally because this is the first time we're seeing Mari in this. This is the first time we're seeing Mari in Reverie. And the reason being because again, or maybe we saw her like earlier on, but like again, because Biscuit was always or whatever, it was always Biscuit, right? I think this is literally the first time we're seeing Mari in this. Yeah, and this is what this is her spirit form or whatever. It's not actually like, and again, we're back here, right? So, and there's a book, right? I mean, yeah, like I did not think we would get any of this, you know. And what's interesting is because I don't think we had and she added them, right? Because I was gonna say Mari wasn't a part of this location in the original game, And again, because the names were moved, but obviously you could fill in the gaps. So, and now we have them. We're gonna go read them all, right? And are we supposed to follow her? I mean, I'm gonna read these. And I was gonna say, yeah. So again, I was gonna say, again, we can read this, right? So, and again, that's what's interesting here, right? So I did not think we would get any of this in this mod, right? So I did not think any of this would be relevant. And yeah, so I guess she's filling them all in, you know. I am curious as to kind of the end game here and what's going to happen. Like or what the I am kind of curious as to that piece, right? Hello? I was going to say why can't I move? Because I am curious as to like, okay, you know, we're doing all this cool. And I do think I my prediction was we would end up back in the real world. You know, Cal I was gonna say, you know, damn, what the fuck? Because I was gonna say, you know, I'm because I do think we will pro in this one. So chances are that I was gonna say this one should still be like invalid. God damn, I was gonna say what the hell. So this one should still be blank. I just want to confirm that, right? So no, they are, right? So all of them are. And I guess I was gonna say she's just notionally putting them in. Damn, you got oh yeah, I forgot Hero can drive, you know. So yeah, so seemingly all of these are good then. So we're gonna read all of them, right? So yeah, the freaking window dude thinks he's the main character. What the hell, you know? And again, so this is, you know, where headspace, you know, begins, right? So Reverie. We got the reference, you know. I was gonna say, you know, Pizza Day, fucking fat ass, you know, what the hell? Like, because I will say, you know, I did used to like, I mean, obviously very different context, but I did used to like daydream a lot as like a kid, you know. So it's something where it's not like that like crazy to like think about. Obviously, it has a different context within, you know, um and ironic, you know, drowning, right? But in funny enough, in the manga, we saw Hero saving Sunny there, right? So something in, so I'm very curious as to where this is kind of leading or building up to, right? That is something that I am, you know, because I do think we are going to end off in the real world, you know. Let's see, the company, you know. Oh yeah, you know, I was gonna say freaking, you know, Kellen Hero, right? So, oh shit, it's us, you know. Damn, that's tough. So again, Sunny always had issues with water, right? So, and again, we saw the same thing in the manga, right? So is this the last one? Or you have the secret room to the left, right? I forgot that was a thing, you know. And again, that's us, you know. And is this what leads to the actual incident, you know? Because I think that's what that's implying. The buildup is to what actually happened, you know. And again, that's what I was like, because you have like that secret room, you know. Because I do remember that, right? And again, I do find it in I do hold on, let me read this shit. I really do find it interesting, but I guess maybe this is like closing the picture on Headspace, you know, like again, like hey, you know. Yeah, and again, he hates, you know, right? Because I will say, because this is what I'll say, you know, probably the closest thing or like, you know, how I can relate to this. In high school, you know, I did athletics, right? Again, glad I did them, right? And I enjoyed them. But it was like simply how much time I actually put into them like, because I was a three sport athlete, right? Was a pretty, like, honestly, it was kind of a nuisance. And it did get like old and tiring at some point, right? It's something to where, as a kid, I never, because obviously I did shit as a kid, but like it never really like, oh, it was never, none of it was really that dominating of a part of my life until again, high school athletics, right? And that's where that kind of came. But obviously by that point, it's a bit of a different, and again, it's interesting, oh, we can't even, I was gonna say we can't even run. And I just wanted, so yeah, it is really, so maybe what this is kind of a closure on Headspace. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, because I don't think it would make sense for them to do this and input this, you know, just to like continue on with Headspace, right? Obviously, if this wasn't a part of it, it would make sense. But I feel like because they're including this segment, this has to be kind of almost the figurative, if not literal, end of Headspace. Because what in the original game was kind of snapping Sunny back to reality, this is kind of putting, I feel like, cementing that and putting an end to, So, yeah, rather than obviously, again, like wallow in Headspace. I was gonna say hello. I was gonna say, you know, calm down and so are we? Oh, I forgot about those abilities, right? So, are we about to fight a phobia right now? And again, Mari's spirit, Oh, rip. Are we about to play a tune? We got secret item here. What the fuck just happened? Oh, but also, I think we have to fight a phobia. That's gonna be what's gonna happen, right? Because I was gonna say if we know call Omori, right? Because if we know calm down and focus, right? That's the only way. I feel like that's the only way in which that would be applicable. So, oh, I guess we're back in Sweetheart's Castle. I was gonna say, where the fuck did these two go? Oh, they just felt. So it is interesting. So that is interesting. Yeah, we're right here. So I do. So do we still? So that is interesting that we got. Oh, I'm stupid. Not. So we learned what was it? Because I was gonna say, acts first, Sunny's attack in the next turn, removes emotions. So, but because I guess so they are in this case. I get. So I'm curious. What if we bring him back here? Is that even possible? Wow. Okay, no. I was gonna say like that is interesting. So they did do. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't even realize there was a save thing here. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to see if we could do some like weird shit there, but it's all good, right? So yeah, I guess it isn't relevant in the way I thought it would be. Because I was thinking, oh, that means we're about to fight a phobia. So I really do think it is interesting that, let's just annihilate this bunny, right? Holy God. We got what? Six? Freaking bolt. And we only got three of us too. But again, so it is interesting though, right? That was a part of it. I guess if anything, what that's probably supposed to do is just again cement the fact that Sonny has kind of like I don't want to say moved on, but he has just kind of accepted, right? Because that was kind of the whole point of the original game to accept what has happened. Like it's just the acceptance piece, right? It's not that was one of my big black screen videos, right? Whereas, it's not necessarily about forgiveness, right? But more so just simply accepting what has happened, right? Irrelevant of whether, again, there's any sort of like hard feelings or not, right? So I think this is kind of, that like cementing that, right? And again, I think it's kind of that's where like that self-forgiveness piece comes in. Yeah, six enemies was kind of crazy. I don't know why we had that much. Really? What? Are we that fucking unlucky? That's actually kind of insane. Yeah, get that shit out of here. Presto, decanter. So let me look and see what those do, right? So what is a decanter? Oh, that's wait, what? Oh, I'm stupid. All right. Removes what? Oh, I don't think that's. And then what did Sunny learn? Raises speed. Okay, if I were running Kel run and gun, maybe. Again, for now, just do. Oh, are these actual like separate ways? Gas lamp. I don't know if that'll be relevant. Yeah, we're in the freaking like bowels of like. This is what I will say is at least it's not like that. All right, I guess I was gonna say. I guess Damn, what the fuck? Damn, you really can't open that shit up. She actually happens to have the key for it. I was gonna say, so hey, she's back in our party. We got sweetheart. Hello? Fucking dumbass just opened the door. I fucking knew it was coming. I was gonna say, you know, hey, she's back in our party though. So let's go freaking sweetheart poster. So what's down here? I do want to check this out, right? Because I didn't go either of these ways. Because why the fuck? All right, freaking blood ass water. Yeah, I don't know why I thought whatever. Again, we are. Let's see. There we go. Through here. There's a spot to save. Damn, I wasted. I was gonna say I wasted. Brass knuckles. Not gonna worry about that shit. Again, what I'll do is whenever I come up on a boss fight, that's probably when I'll kind of go through and actually like revamp. Nope. Let's go, dude. I swear, I was gonna say if it would say the same thing both ways, that would be pretty. Bitch, we can't cross this. Okay, we can here, right? I was gonna say low key. That's kind of insane. You kidding me? All right. So good to know that that's where probably chances are a boss fight. That is the one thing I appreciate about this, you know, fan game, right? Is it actually like kind of lets you know that shit. So chances are I'll try to knock out everything else. Damn, why did it take fucking 100 damage? Dude, can I quit fucking missing? All right, I'm not gonna lie that. Dude, like, all right, this is actually egregious. Like, there is no reason to be missing as much as I am. Like it was actually it's actually bad. Like, dude, like this is like ridiculous. Like, All right, there we go. Yeah, so we're just kind of getting everything we can realistically at this point, you know, because I think chances are what's going to happen is let's not like miss literally every single attack because we'll probably go there, have a boss fight. My guess is we go there, have the boss fight. It takes us to the real world, after, and then that's, it sets up for chapter five. That's my guess, right? So that's my best guess, right? Which makes sense to me, right? Again, honestly, really the big thing is we got that segment with the lost library. I was not expecting that at all. There we go. Yeah, I was gonna say we're getting all these like items, so that's why, I'm thinking like, and again, I'll equip all the like good items, because we're not gonna fight the boss in this one, right? But which again, that's why it really is a shame, my previous one got like corrupted. Again, I don't know what I'll say. I didn't realize Sweetheart's like basically dead. So I'll use a heal on Sweetheart. There we go. So God damn, what the fuck? Why do we got like literally everyone pulling up? Holy shit. All right, let's we might actually lose this battle low key. I don't know why there's four of them. You're wow, really? Doey, let's actually use what is it? To a friend, use it on Space Boy. Because again, dude, like, can we please stop fucking missing? Like, it's actually like bad, like how much we keep just like fucking missing. So yeah, again, we've reached a point to where they're not even really dealing damage to us. Like, even with all these debuffs, like, but again, that's just because you get to like a certain point, right? Again, and I am assuming it's going to be a boss in that next so just we'll see. But again, we just need to get these last items, then we're going to go in there and then fight whatever boss. Let's see. Yeah, again, get it out. Like, I don't even know. Can we even like get XP or like farm enemies? I don't think that's really relevant or a thing. Level 22, I think should be good. Fire. So again, what's going to happen is I'm going to go back, right? And just heal as well as again, heal and freaking set up for this fight, right? So, because we know we're gonna go there, right? Yeah, we're gonna go left, right? Yeah, so I mean, it's a bit early, but I mean, to be fair, I mean, it'll probably be at around. So let's actually look at all kind of, so skills, right? Tax three, again, passive. I'm going with the strategy of have all the passive. Three times damage relative, deal light damage, high crit, ignores defense, light damage. Because again, the first is pretty powerful. Light damage, damage is higher with a lower tier. So again, so act guard is pretty stupid. Again, we're not gonna do that. So always usable, removes emotion. So again, we're not messing around with all of that stuff. Let's look at Doughy. So see happy, not relevant, attack based. Again, but there's no point in because Doughy's our heal, right? So like I'd rather Doughy just have more heal options, right? So because what I was gonna say is stronger with lower heart. I don't think that's really because I don't want to stay on low heart. And again, also because here's the thing, right? Ignores defense when Space Boy is angry, but I don't, and like again, I just don't see any of that as kind of relevant. Like remove all buffs, I think is more powerful, right? And again, just base decrease attack, right? So because this was the move set I had basically going will make a foe angry. But here's the thing. I don't know if I want that. Inflict angry, one damage to all friends, uh, deal light damage reduces again. So none of this is really like actually relevant. So, eh, damage and clears their ailments. I mean, I think there's more because I don't think guard is really like relevant, right? Like as a move. So that's the one thing is to replace guard with like other stuff. So and reduces hit EVA. I think, clearing ailments is, I think, potentially semi-relevant. So, but now let's look at equips. So, and again, photo album, we're keeping the photo album on Sunny, right? So it's a question of what are we doing for the rest of these? Shovel, yeah, so this attack goes up, defense goes down, and you lose a ton of hit. So this defense is down, but luck and hits up, not really relevant. This you lose a ton of shit. This you lose a ton of shit. You lose. So again, I just want to verify that we have the best like unique items per person. So so yeah, again, we have the kite, right? Which is, so which again we got from defeating Kite Kid, right? So we lose a little bit of speed. I think this one might be solid. I think that one might be solid. Yeah, I think it's worth losing literally 2 speed to get like 6 more attack as well as, that much more juice, right? So again, right. And then now I'm gonna go through the actual like other items. So equipped. So let's go again. Photo album is staying on Sunny. So we have the bunny ears, right? So we don't need that much. All right, so this is interesting. So compressed book, you just get more heart and juice, right? I mean, but we lose that much speed, which is why like I don't think wolf ears. So attack speed. So we lose speed, we lose defense, lose speed, but we gain a fuck ton of more attack. Endure a fatal hit once, right? That's why it's like so bunny ears already like cursor. So this we're because yeah, what guess it's a question of, what exactly the cursor does, right? and then we have the rabbit foot. Because if I recall, the rabbit foot is like so plus 15 speed plus I didn't realize I could actually see plus 10 speed plus hit 30. So basically we I don't so why did I go for the all speed build? I guess because at the time I didn't have anything better, but like, you know, so I went for the I guess you know what? I think I'm good with the current setup. The only thing I really did was change the one, and I think that was because that was outright better. I think having speed items is fine. Again, I guess we'll see. Unless we'll see, right? Because again, very clearly we're about to go into a boss fight. Again, just because it's like at this point, also I think at this point in the game, I don't really care as much, right? Or it doesn't really matter, this far in on chapter 4. So who knows? Again, we'll see. Like, chance, hopefully, knock on wood, right? Imagine if this is like an insane boss. My hope is that's not that difficult and we can just beat it, right? And I don't need to worry about it. And then chapter 5, well, I guess that'll be real world. I'm hoping it's real world, right? But I guess we'll see. But I do think, this is kind of a good place to end. But actually don't have, hopefully the file doesn't get corrupted. We'll see about that. Don't really much else to say. So, yep. That's it for this one. See you in the next one.